Right, so I got the kelp, I got the lava. What is it you want? Why?
We need sacrifices to the furnace gods, Loy. Have you met the furnace god? The almighty furnace god,
I have
specifically?
what? What are you talking about?
So this right here is the almighty furnace god. It's got a little nose on it. You can flick it. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
So you know about the cheaty furnace, right?
Yes.
Yes. So basically, this thing would just keeps the amount of experience of anything it's smelted forever and never gets rid of it. So it just gives it to
Nice.
you every single time. So this furnace specifically has been going since like day 2 of the server. So it's been going for like
Oh
4 days straight.
no! How much stuff did you feed it?
Well, you see, there's a chest back here. Well, there's 4 chests actually.
Ah!
So we need more fuel for it. Always more fuel, and we always need more things to smelt. Just forever things.
Okay, so this is good. Can we take out stuff from underneath it?
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the output.
Okay, I'm about. I'm about to pull one. So
Yep. Do the
yoink.
one, and then exit the furnace.
Yeah, I'm at 51 at the moment. I was already on like 38 or something.
Yeah.
But like at that point, a level is way more, so I guess
Yeah.
it's more 63. Come on, big
Yeah, so
money.
anytime-
69, 72.
Ah, jeez.
Don't
Rip
worry,
off.
I'll enchant something.
Yes. Oh, I got 68 and a half levels right now. Oh, this is perfect.
Mhm.
Ah, jeez.
There we go.
Big bunny. There you go.
What is up, world of the living? My name is ZloyXP and welcome back to the hell of my own making, crying out loud. Hi. I've been trading with the villagers this entire time since the last episode, and I've had quite a bit of success, if you can believe it. Now friends, you know me, I mined quite a bit, I dug quite a bit. I'm enjoying mining actually in this update right now. I don't know what happened. It might actually have something to do with copper ore, because fortune in copper creates this consistent feeling of being rewarded for my efforts, and I'm really liking it, even though I personally have zero things to do with copper. Point is, I got coal, and check out what I do with this coal. Right, not you, not you, not you, you. And this has been my morning ritual for the last, I don't know, however many days. I basically just find this one guy who I already zombified and cured, which is why he's offering me super cheap discounts. And I just start blasting, because, you know, why wouldn't you? Then I got the other blacksmiths and a couple of Fletchers that are willing to trade sticks. But not anymore, because apparently I already exhausted their trades. And then I just take the emeralds, take them to a librarian around here somewhere, one of the many, and buy whatever book I want enchanted. Because that is the most convenient way of doing this entire thing. I by this point have amassed nearly a chest of Efficiency 5 book, a chest of mending, a chest of silk touch diamond pickaxes, and a chest of fortune 3 books. All of which, naturally, I more or less have absolutely no use for. Yep. It's a funny situation where if I was playing alone, this is where I would have left these guys and stopped completely tormenting them for their delicious emerald feeling. But by now, I am playing on a multiplayer server. There are like 4 other people online right now. And you know what all those 4 people could use? Some fortune 3 books. Mostly because I said so, not necessarily because I actually heard them ask for some. But methinks that we have ourselves here a nice stockpile of materials that people might be interested in. So today I figure we're gonna take all of this, go into the town, back into the spawn town, visit my little house that DB claimed, and maybe establish our first ever shop in the entire town. Like, yeah, there are actually other shops right now that are mildly there, but they're mostly just tiny stalls here and there. I want an actual SOP shop. I want an actual, like, storefront with everything and a really cool architecture. We'll see about how that goes. For now, I have quite a trip ahead of me, and that trip is gonna get slowed down quite significantly, considering that I keep stopping and killing octopuses every 2 minutes. I mean, I at least got a looting sword this time around. I used to just kill them with regular, and I barely dropped any ink. Ah, Spawn Town, a buzzing hub of activity. Well, maybe not right now. Oh no, right now including, look at that, there's system already. Hey, Tease. What's the... Hi. Tease, you look bald. He looks clean shaven. I know this is just a pig skull he's wearing, but seriously though. Actually, speaking of skulls that we could be wearing, check this out. So, Foxy No Tail has set up our skull system in a way where the hat layer of the skin overlays over the heads, and as a result, if I put on an axolotl head, then it just results in an axolotl that has goggles on. Just as simple as that. I wonder what llama head looks like. Yeah, it's just llama with a goggles. It's nice. Okay, enough fussing around. I have a mission to fulfill. I have something to do here in the spawn town, and that is I need to scout. We need location for our shop, we need to investigate what other shops people have already established, and we need to take a look at the architecture that people have already built in. And look at that, there is been quite a development architecture-wise. This here is Rogue Fox's bodega, for the lack of other... I don't know, bodega is like a shopstickle, right? It's a shopping mall, but like in open air or something like that. I will have to look up at the definition of bodega. Instead of just making up one by one. But no, this is meant to be more of a living building, more of a hotel for all of us, so we can move out of the tiny villager houses. Then there's JCB's tower over there on the hill. I don't think it's meant to be a part of the town. It is connected via a little bridge, and it is looking really nice. But I don't think that I can trust this dark medievalish ominous architectural style when architecting something for the spawn town. Other than that, it really is just a bunch of default villager houses. And hey, look, DB already claimed a different one. Yep, it also has a crafting bench in the top. I guess I won't have to move out after all. Okay, so that's residential area. What about the money makers? Where are all these like other shops that I have heard about so much? Is this literally it? Okay, let's see. All the stuff and things. So this is, I'm pretty sure, silent shops that are trading in bows, books. Books? Where are the prices? Where are the prices? Do you have the in-game player heads disabled? Is that... oh, they're up here in the chest names. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Let's see. 1 diamond or 2 diamond each. It's for the books. So that's the going rate. That's unfortunately a little bit too low for my liking, but I guess we'll have to compete with that. 1 sack of copper or 2 diamonds for high-level enchantment books at Liara's. And look at that, she is actually making a little bit of cash. Unlike Silent over here, who I am sure nobody has ever paid. Not yet. So with these two, I'm gathering that 2 diamonds per high-level enchanted book might be just the ticket, might be just the price. And I mean, we do have some high-level enchanted books. The highest level there is. I mean, Mending 1 is just 1 level, but like it's the highest it goes, so it doesn't necessarily matter. My thinking is that I could absolutely just take over this little stall in the middle. I really only have, what, 4 chests to put? It's like 1 per block. But that would be incredibly shoddy, now wouldn't it? No, we can't really do the cheapskate stuff, and especially because I plan on enlarging the businesses as much as possible. we gotta figure out something that will still look kind of native to this, but also still attract the eye and also overtake the competition. Something like that would be completely perfect. So let's retreat to my own little hidey hole in the ground and see what kind of materials we have and what kind of materials we can utilize. I don't have any materials. I don't know how this happened, but like I have 0 building stuff. I spent the entirety of the previous episode mining in the ground and didn't keep a single building block out of everything I got. I only ever kept, you know, the stuff that is actually valuable. Oh, how the tables have turned. Well, I guess that actually unties our hands. With no material palette that we already have, I guess I can do pretty much whatever and go completely nuts with this project. Yeah, you know what? Let's exit the survival server for a little while. I'm gonna try some stuff in creative single player, and I'm gonna bring you back in once I have some actual creative decisions made. I wonder if it's gonna involve a lot of spruce wood. Gee, I wonder. Okay, so let's discuss the palette itself, and you would be like, well, aren't you just copying the exact same thing that Rogue did? And the answer is, yeah, kinda. Check this out. We're working with brick, polished granite mostly. I might use some, you know, non-polished one. A little bit of spruce, definitely white terracotta, and here's the plot twist. This stuff, deep slate tiles. And you'd be like, well, why is this a plot twist? Everybody is using deep slate tiles, and you'll be using it for a roof, you know, like everybody else in the flipping existence. But here's the plot twist, my friends. I'll be using it as a roof, yes. I'll be using it as an accent because it's a really, really nice black block. But also, here's something I found out and definitely recommend you try home. Plop! You see what's working about this? You don't? Well, what if I do this? The color of the stripes on the side of the barrel are actually exactly the color of the black deep slate tiles. Meaning that if we just do something like this, we get this very interesting detail of a basically indented vertical thin line in the planks of spruce. I am really digging it. It is an incredible detail, and I'm so happy that I managed to uncover it. I really hope that more people adopt it, because it allows for a much nicer detalization, you know, because it's like basically the thinnest line you can get. And I also just feel like it's gonna fit us a lot, because you know me, I like doing some steampunkish stuff, and with this we can get a little bit more ornate looking and a little bit more like thinner and a little bit more beltier textures and whatnot. Also, it naturally works like on a horizontal, on over everything else, and thank you, Pixelverse, the coveted backside of a barrel. Anyway, that's the palette, that's what we'll be doing. Now, what is it we'll be doing? And what is it we'll be doing is a storefront. And when I say storefront, I literally mean just the front. I'm willing to embed this thing into a wall, and I'm willing to embed this thing into a wall in a following way. Check this out. Basically, if I embed this thing into a wall, I will not have to build like 3 out of 4 walls, and it's gonna save me a lot of effort. So what is it we're actually doing? Well, I wanted a bookshop slash a pickaxe shop. We're basically gonna be selling like all the enchants for a pickaxe. So I figured it would be nice to make a flat line, right, for the storefront itself. But on the left side of the storefront, we will actually have a little bit of a side room that goes out and in front of it. Check this out. We'll be doing it 7 wide, so basically basically one of these, 5 of these in the middle, and one of these again, and you'll be like, this feels familiar. I wonder why we're doing 7 wide here, and the answer is because that's how wide a space you need to put an enchantment setup in here. Now, people already have several free-to-use enchantment setups naturally, and this one's going to be free to use as well, once I actually put it together. But it just makes sense to have an enchantment setup in a building that already is a library. And then on this side, there's going to be an entrance, and then behind that is just going to be rows upon rows of the actual bookshelves, which you'll be able to open and grab a book out of. Well, I say grab, like buy a book out of. Let's be a little bit more honest here. I actually have a little bit of a trick that I want to implement, and I don't know if we actually are gonna, but that's something to talk about when we will be doing interior. Right now, I have quite a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to the overall look of it too. First floor planned out, and let's just check it out real quick. So we got here two colors that match, one color that is contrasting with them, smooth texture, noisy texture, noisy texture, noisy texture. Contrast checks out, color theory, kind of. I'm gonna say checks out, and if it doesn't, then all the artists in the comments can tell me off to their heart's content. I actually already did an episode on like trying to put together a house in Minecraft using actual color theory, and it was actually a lot of fun, which is why I've been using a lot of same tricks with every single build I do since. Another trick that I learned during the last season, and that was basically by the very end of it, is that walls are incredibly powerful when it comes to adding interesting contrast to your build. Not contrast, interesting detail to your build. Basically, if a wall is not connected on either side to anything, it just gives you this really nice smooth texture, smooth model on each side of the wall. Now, if I actually place something here, you can see, we can tell what happens. So we will not be doing that, and we will kind of be avoiding putting walls all over the place, because we will actually want to decorate the walls of the shop on the inside later. But for the front of the storefront, for the front of the store, this will do just fine. Especially because this is also where I would usually put a window, and I don't want to do that on the first level. Oh no, all the windows are gonna go onto the second and third floor accordingly. Actually, the third one is not gonna have any windows, but like we'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, I just need to introduce deep slate, and I keep wanting to say blackstone. And let me tell you, deep slate tiles make me yearn for tiles of every single kind. These are so perfect for roofs, it is incredibly frustrating. And they also are gonna be really good for mixing and matching, you know, different kind of textures of the same deep slate block inside of the same build. I mean, look, this is deep slate tiles. Let's go get some deep slate bricks just for the sake of the argument. And look at that. That's a pattern right there. And on top of that, we can also just go completely out of our way and do this. And that's an even better pattern, right? You see what I'm doing here. Unfortunately, this particular build is not gonna have any of this chicanery, but we will chicane. I promise you, we will chicane quite a bit. A little bit later into the season. Right now, I just simply don't have enough deep slate to be throwing it, you know, just for the chic's sake. Today, deep slate is gonna be playing the primary role of the roof. But trust me, it's a very versatile actor. And now just look at this. Here it is, this is it, in all of its glory. Okay, that's a lie, not all of its glory, mind you, but I'm gonna talk about that in just a moment. What matters right now is that here's the shop that I have architected and engineered, and here it is right on the server. Oh, If you're wondering why I'm looking at it from so far away, it's because I wanted to look at it from through the spyglass, and also from a point of view from which most people are about to experience it. So down there's the entrance, here's the tower part. It actually gonna double once I'm done with the interiors. It actually is gonna double as a little bit of a stairway from the upper level of the shopping district to the lower levels of the shopping district. So it's gonna be actually a very convenient building for everybody else. And since, you know, people might use it to walk up and down, they will be visiting the shop, whether they like it or not. So that's gonna be really, really nice. I am actually here to grab this azalea tree to put it into that there windowsill, the flower box. There is still an issue with the build we're right now looking at, and that is these gray areas up there. This is actually where the billboard is gonna go. That's right, we're getting a billboard with this build. Isn't that exciting? I actually wanted to advertise exactly what is it we'll be building on it. And yeah, we could get some banners, we could get some, you know, I don't know what else, signs to signify that. But you know what's not rendering all the way from here? That's right, signs and banners. So we'll have to actually pixel art with full blocks. Something resembling a pickaxe, just to tell people that, hey, if you want a diamond pickaxe for cheap and with all the enchants, come right there, we have some. And yeah, I want a pickaxe art on this side at least. I'm not exactly sure in the one I have planned, but you know what? It's gonna be just fine. Don't worry about it. Even though I am absolutely definitely about to make a pickaxe out of the material that pickaxes are never made out of. Ta-da! Welcome to Copper Pickaxe! Because this is the place you come if you want a proper pickaxe. Ah, that pun made me age like 5 years right there. I am now 34. Anyhow, this is actually a pretty solid plan, in my personal opinion, because this is a copper pickaxe right now. But as the time goes on, and unless this is getting zapped by lightning, which I really doubt is gonna happen, the pickaxe is actually gonna wear down. And instead of orange and stupid looking, it's gonna become that approximate color of very, very distinct teal that diamond pickaxes already are. Meaning that as the time goes on, that pick is gonna progressively get more and more diamondish. At least that is my hope. I know that copper takes forever to oxidize, and it especially takes forever to oxidize when it's not put in a, like, you know, 7x7 pattern or something like that. 5 blocks apart from one another. So yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a head tilter, but even still, I like this. I hope the rest of the server members like it. Now all we have to do is put the flower in azalea up into the flower box, because I forgot to do that. Figure out something for this side wall. I'm guessing either on a billboard or just honestly might leave it like this. YOLO and all that. And of course, the entirety of the interiors and the stock. There we go. Mission half accomplished. So we got this side more or less complete, and on this side, to cover up the giant clay splotch, I figured out a little pixel art of ice cream sandwich. Or, you know, a book. It's meant to be an enchanted book. Actually, enchanted books have like a little red bookmark in them, so I should probably add that. So I'm gonna do that off camera in a moment. But right now, I actually would like to once again invite you back into the creative single player, where I'm gonna show you a little bit of a trick I've learned to do with Minecraft bookshelves that I really want to use here, because we'll be basically building a bookshop. So it's like it's a library, but you can buy stuff. And I'm not actually gonna use it because, well, it doesn't necessarily fit the idea of this being a shop. And I'm very sad about it. So I'm just gonna show it to you and hope that you use it sometime somewhere, you know? Deal? Deal. Awesome. So there are a few tricks that I really want to use in this interior, so I just want to run those by you real quick before I can go and actually do all of them in survival, except for this one. This one is completely useless to, you know, making a shop. It's really good though to making hidden storage areas. Check this one out. We do a little bit of a shape like this, plop a rail, drop a cut, break a block. Then, naturally, we do the bookshelf itself, break it in here, put a block of redstone to push it into the piston, and carefully push the minecart into the block. And now, look at this, allows us to basically make a functioning bookshelf. And this is, like, if there was a server full of Zloys, I would absolutely make this as my primary shop, way of shopping. I would just tell people, hey, right-click the bookshelves, relax. But the trick here is, unfortunately, that it's actually really hard to hunt down the exact right-clicking area if you want this to work. And I know where it is. I am kind of intuiting it every single time I use it. But explaining that to the rest of the server mates is just gonna be not a thing that I'm interested in doing. So I'm afraid we're gonna leave this one for you people at home. Unless I'll be building a personal library somewhere in there, you know, for my own enjoyment. My next idea is not new either, and this one is gonna allow us to actually display items in front of our customers, and that's why I want to actually use this one. Now, I already tried it a while ago on True Bedrock Season 1 or so, but back then there was a glitch that made armor stands glitch out of the blocks that have been pushed into them. Luckily nowadays that glitch has been fixed, so we'll be able to actually take advantage of this. So we put an armor stand right here, we give it an item we want to display, and as soon as we do something around these parts, we put a couple of blocks behind it, put a couple of these here things, and an upside down stair. And it is actually important that this is a stair, because this is going to be a transparent block, which is gonna absolutely make sure that our armor stand does not glitch out and that it doesn't go black. Because if we completely limit this area with a block that doesn't let light through, it's gonna be a complete nightmare. It's not gonna work. So that's a little bit of an issue. Luckily we are working with stairs right here. And would you look at that, we're able to do something like this, which itself is not really impressive until we put a block right here and basically have a little book just, you know, standing there on a shelf, on a desk, on a something. And hey, if we don't like the way the book looks here, or if we don't like the way the armor stand is posed, we can still go around secretly, like break our own wall or something, shift right click the armor stand, and adjust the position, which is honestly my favorite part about this system, is that it's still adjustable and it still allows you to swap materials that are in the armor stand's hand. For example, voila, now we have a redstone block. And I want to also maybe showcase that we're selling pickaxes and that we're selling the enchanted books. And yeah, sure, look, here on True Bedrock we actually do have a plugin that allows armor stands to go invisible. It's made by Foxy No Tail. You can download it on his channel. Here's the trick. I wanted to showcase these and I wanted to utilize these specifically because these are available in vanilla Minecraft Survival and you, the viewer, will be able to replicate them. So yeah, I hope you appreciate it. I sure know I would if somebody told me all of this way back when, and if I didn't have to figure it all by myself. Quite a few armor stands died to bring the information to you. So check this out. Inspired by some general vintage, old. Inspired by some general old libraries. I have created this little interior right here. I'm feeling it's very cozy for my liking, except I don't necessarily see a lot of like visible lightning here, which might actually be made using this new trick in Minecraft 1.17, where you can make glowing item frames, which on their own already look like headlights. Tell me they don't. Tell me they don't. They look like lamps. They will make any block into a lamp, and I love them for it. But in reality, naturally, all the light here is provided by underground torches, because on Bedrock Edition, once again, if you put slabs, they let light through, so it's not a big deal. Anyhow, as you come in, there's this counter, which actually has a double purpose, because you are kind of meant to use these anvils in between them. Naturally, at some point the anvils are gonna break, but I'm not necessarily bothered by it. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure most people are not gonna try and do that. There are some paintings and a little bit of a wall design in the background. And there is this room which is meant to be employees only, so I'm hoping nobody's gonna barge into it and ruin the illusion. Point being, where I want people to barge in is this area right here. Now, down the middle, there's another trick I learned about armor stands, and I basically just piston pushed ox half slab onto an armor stand that is standing on another half slab, which is exactly how we ended up with this oak slab table down the middle. It just has some knickknacks laying on it. It's not meant to be another one of a display, except, you know, just purely for aesthetics. What's actually functional is all of these barrels with the books supposedly in them. They are not in them, naturally, because books don't stack, and to actually stock up this shop, I will have to take approximately 8 different trips back and forth between here and the place where my villagers are, to fill in the fortune chest, the unbreaking chest, the mending chest, the efficiency chest, and of course, the tool rack. Wait a minute, this should be glowing. Here we go. The tool rack! Which is a double chest, but I only actually have 1 chest's worth of, you know, Silk Touch pickaxes. But you can buy them for 2 diamonds each. It's not a big deal. As promised, there's 3 enchantments set up right here. And yeah, this room is basically full of all the tricks I just taught you in creative. There's the armor stands being behind the thing. There's the armor stands being behind the other thing. There's these new tricks. And as for the trick for the minecart with chest in it, unfortunately, I couldn't put it in anywhere, because once again, I can't expect my clients to actually, you know, go pixel hunting across my bookshelves, except I did! You rube! You absolute fool! You thought I wouldn't do it! Of course I did! Here it is. It's my personal minecart with chest that I forgot to rename into a bookshelf. Shooty. But this is my personal bookshelf where I want to start doing something very, very interesting, and something that we already have done in previous seasons. And that is grabbing a little bit of a custom book and quill and writing down my favorite comments off of Truly Bedrock videos. So every other time, every other episode, I plan on updating a little booklet with the comments that I like, and we have quite a few booklets that we can potentially put into this here little chest wherever it is, because, you know, we have 27 times 50 pages basically. So don't worry about it. I'll get all the stuff. I'll get all the stuff written down. Right now, though, I want to write down this one comment by Danny on episode 1, saying, please tell me that the Underground podcast is going to become a weekly thing. And you know what? I can't promise weekly, because I can't promise anything on a weekly basis. I am a very inconsistent person. But I figure, yeah, sure, why not? I'm pretty sure we will eventually go mining again and, you know, just do a little bit of a discussing specifically about the game, specifically about the game features, and specifically about the mining the entire time. But now, if you excuse me, I need to pull 4 different chests of enchanted books and unstackable pickaxes, like approximately 500 blocks around. There's gotta be like a cool way of doing it, right? Oh, hey there, donkeys who are probably somebody else's prank. Wanna go on an adventure with me? See, this is the beauty of the way the world generated. We have waterways everywhere. I won't even need an leacher for like forever for this world because of how convenient and more or less actually hasty the bots are. Just kidding, I need the leacher so desperately. I'm going into outer end as soon as we unlock the portal. And that's a satisfaction of a job well done. I think we got quite a really cool building here done. And hey, you know the best part? This is not the only shop we can put here. And but here I mean not the shopping district, I mean this very building has several more potential stories we can implement and an entire hill behind it in which we can dig in. I'm feeling very confident about it and I'm really hoping that people are actually gonna bother, stop by and, you know, pay for the stuffs. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that I pulled it off without killing any of these guys. That's a new one. There's only one little issue, is that I still don't have any unbreaking books for sale. People will want them, I know, especially once the Elytra starts dropping, people will be buying these like hotcakes. So if you excuse me now, I'm off back to my villagers to make myself some unbreaking books in mass quantity. We already have a villager for it, if you remember. I just need to, you know, torture him into giving me the books. And in the meantime, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been ZloyXP. This has been True Bedrock. To be continued, everyone. Have a good one. Bye bye. Day 5 of the experimentation. The subject appears to have no reaction to neither redstone current nor villager trading. Additionally, examination of the schematics of the old store showed no visible reason for the appearance of the subject. Then again, this doesn't matter, because even if I could recreate whatever happened to Alice to appear, that would just make another Alice and not just resummon the same one. I have a couple more ideas. In the coming days, I will be trying to create not this owl store itself, but the conditions that made it what it was. Perhaps plugging the shulker box into a convoluted redstone mess will once again reignite whatever made this entire thing happen to begin with. In the meantime, we shall attempt a more sentimental approach. Also note to self, glow lichen looks way better as an empty spot signifier than the iron bars. Love it.